Welcome back to the part 2. Today I will show you how I paint this kinda snowy base. First step, priming. I use Vallejo Mecha Color Black Primer. After testing different options, it's the toughest and most convenient for me. Once primed, I airbrush the entire base with burnt umber. Next, I take olive green and apply it to the raised areas, keeping the deep parts dark. Think of this as the underlayer for grass. It will show through naturally when the snow goes on. At this stage, you could also add some green flocks for longer grass strength. But for this one, I decided to keep it simple and skip that step. Now on a wet palette, I mix olive green and iroquois. This will be my dry brush mix for the ground. I wipe off the excess paint, then gently dry brush the surface, just enough to catch the texture. Now for the wood. I want it to feel cold and frozen, so I take the tan and burnt umber. I mix this two with olive green and brush over all branches. Pure olive green for the mushrooms on the branches. Base layer is done. Now take rusty brown and black oil paint, mix with oil thinner to a wash consistency. Apply it over the entire surface of the base. While it's still wet, take a clean brush and remove excess from the raised areas. Then let the wash dry. Once dry, I coat the base with Scale 75 Ultra Matte Varnish and move to the highlighting stage. Adding the tan to our base wood color, I highlight the upward facing areas of the wood. I do this in a couple of passes, adding more deck tan each time. Then I highlight in the mushrooms using iroquois and deck tan for a brighter color. In the oil wash further, and with a small brush deep in the shed, and add accent marks where needed. Then I apply matte varnish one last time. The final stage is snow. First, take snow sprinkles and apply to the base with a silicone shaper. Then take a brush with water and soften the edges of the snow. Repeat this process until you're satisfied with the result. For loose settled snow, I use snow paste. It's a thicker paste without ice effect. I try to apply it only in deepest spots, where snow naturally stays longer. To enhance the fluffy texture, sprinkle snow microballoons on top, then shake off the excess. Finally, I add a bit more snow sprinkles to bring back that particular icy look from the under fluffy microballoons. And that's how we get this kind of base. Let me know in the comments how did you like this tutorial, and what would you like to see next.